My particular character in Ip Man 3 is, my name is Frank. I am a decent person, but a very avarice businessman. Almost any means, I'll do almost anything to accomplish my goals as far as winning over the finances of a certain province in China. And I encounter Ip Man. And as we know, Ip Man is the law-abiding citizen, the avenger of particular certain provinces, particularly the one that we're in the movie. And we have disagreements. And with our disagreements, it calls for an encounter of me and Ip Man to fight. And so me and Ip Man fight, yeah, that's what happened, we fight. A very dear and close friend of mine many years ago explained to me, you have to watch this movie, Ip Man. So to tell you this, he's a gentleman that he trained in the Shaolin Temple, and so ironically, he trained with Donnie Yen's mother.
Wow.
And I didn't know that till yesterday, he told me. When I told him I was with Donnie, and he said, whoa. And he was telling me his mother's wonderful, and I trained with his mother. And so he's the one that introduced me to Ip Man many years ago, the first one many years ago. And then I saw the second one maybe the beginning of this year. In the beginning I saw two, and I had no idea that I would ever be in that movie. You know, see, I know. When I went in this movie first, I went in there coming across like one of the Shaw Brothers movies, you know. But it's a totally different type of movie. It's really Ip Man is really a modern type of kung fu fighter, and so the fighting there is more realistic than jumping 30 feet in the air, or you know, you're not wired and throwing darts from 1,000 miles away and hitting people. So it's pretty good. Well, I had the opportunity to come to China on quite a few occasions. I never had such a widespread visit in China, so I never traveled. Normally, the longest duration I traveled was probably a couple of hours walking the streets and the alleyways of Shanghai. And this has been really an experience just living in China. I've been here perhaps a week and a half now. So I've been here, I've been going back and forth to the studio. We didn't have much time to enjoy the scenery, but I think we're going to do that today. Because normally after, because of the course, the time zone difference, normally when we finish at 5 o'clock, we're exhausted, and we come home, we sleep, and if we're lucky, we might eat. So it's been an interesting experience. But I'm very interested in trying to go and look at the sightseeing. I want to go outside, look at the garden. The garden looks wonderful. And hopefully I believe we're coming back again, and this time we'll bring our children. And from my window, the balcony of my window, I saw an amusement park. You know, the big rides, and I was hoping next time we come with the kids, we'll go there. My Ip Man was my mentor, Customato. He died in 1985. Me and him had our encounter. I met him when I was 12, going on 13 years old, and I never had no idea I was going to be a boxer. I boxed a couple of times with a gentleman who was under the influence of my mentor, and he wanted to bring me to my mentor. I never thought I was going to be a professional boxer and actually box in competition, but he was so persuasive and what would I say, hypnotizing, and just so dramatic. And he was saying, you're so good, you can do this and this, and this is what we're going to do. You're going to win the nationals, the locals, and this and that. Then you're going to go to the Olympics. And I haven't even decided this is what I wanted to do, but he pretty much explained, this is what you have to do. This is your journey in life, and are you willing to take on this journey? And I said yes, not knowing how difficult this would truly be. I had no idea, and it was difficult, but when I was dealing with some emotional quagmires, when I didn't believe I was able to do this, he spoke to me. He encouraged me to just try and believe in yourself, and I started succeeding. And once I started succeeding, I really enjoyed doing it. I understand the concept of fighting, and the concept of fighting was not necessarily being stronger or punching harder, but being smarter than your opponent. The only reason you're the best is because you're smarter, not because you're stronger. All my life, since I could remember. My favorite one, I don't know, maybe Cripple Avengers. The Shaw brother, Cripple Avengers. When one guy is a good guy, he was basically a Ip Man type of guy, and then I think the Tin Man Tigers came and they killed they cut off his wife's legs and cut off his son's arm, but his wife, she died, and the son, he lived, and he told Daddy, I didn't beg for my life, Daddy. I didn't beg him for my life. And then his father built iron arms for him, and then he turned to a bad guy. He became dark. And then every time he had altercation, somebody might step on his foot, he'll cut off his legs. If somebody looked at him in a really disrespectful manner, he blind them. And one guy, what was the other guy? One guy said, what do you think, I'm an idiot? And he said, yes, I do think you're an idiot. And then boom, he made him an idiot. He said, and so this old martial artist taught them Kung Fu, but combined together, they could never beat him because the guy was really a master. But together, he had the tiger technique. But together, all three of them, they defeated him. Tiger. No, I didn't do that because in that particular field, these guys are experts in this field. And I'm yet to be really, I'm a neophyte pretty much, and I'm learning from them. I'm here learning from Donnie. Donnie's explaining things to me as far as the martial arts field is concerned, and I'm listening, I'm becoming a good student.